In this episode of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles,
I am Senior Crewman Biff Stroganoff. Oh my god. When the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. Interesting. Why is this light on, but this light is not on? That's weird, right?
So I am Confucian.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. Okay, let's get to examining. Let's examine the crap out of this area. Examine. Let's talk to this guy first. Excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer. I love his little, like, cheek marks. That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Oh, she's so cute. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You little third-class lady's maid? Wow, rude. Oh, we seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I am not sailor. My mother gave me name. I am Senior Crewman Biff Stroganoff. Oh my god. The best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Okay. First class cabin area. Let's talk about that. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first class cabin area. Here we are in finest part of Buria steamship. For very important persons. What sort of very important persons? Not you! Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret, many important persons. That is why I am always guarding place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean, but Stroganoff is not animal. Thank you. If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied? Is that supposed to be da? Sasato-san, did you understand that? It sounded like da. I think it's probably Russian for yes. Or no? Genius. 900 IQ. It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Oh. Well, it sounds like there's somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yeah, I mean... Yes, it's tantalizing. It's an interesting word to use. Okay, who's the passenger in the next door cabin? Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's? His name is Mr. Grimsby Royallot. He is very important Western gentleman. A Western gentleman? Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy. How can you be so sure about that? Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lawless student from insignificant Far East islands. There's a lot of, like, subtle racism so far. Not cool. Yeah, that was harsh. Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard? That is not your business. Come to think of it... Oh, that was Ryunosuke. Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. Interesting. Maybe it's a ghost. Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first class cabins, he must be rather important, is that right? That is not your business. So, that's right. Do you know what happened last night? Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff? Da, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out. Except I did get in. And just now I did get out, so not doing a very good job. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? It is sad about student boy. Oh. Were you on watch last night as well? Of course. And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Oh my gosh. Thought he was gonna hit us. Susato-san, did you understand that? It was clearly a no. I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all. And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way? I said no. Sorry. Please don't hit me. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. Yeah, totally suspicious. This is enough. I cannot say more now. Oh. It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Yes, alright. Wait, there was more to investigate though. Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as English say, when the pigs fly. When the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. Interesting. Yes, I understand. Okay, but there's so much more to investigate. Okay, yeah, good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we? Definitely. Okay. Examine. Let's, oh, door. That's the way to the second class area of the ship. Okay. Is something wrong? I was thinking about making a run for it. Just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me. Yeah, why do we have like the worst luck right now? I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead. Yeah, probably. Wait, does he have a gun too? I don't know. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there. No, I started it with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway. Yeah. What's this? That book on top of the table there really is huge. There's a pen with it too. Yes, I'm sure that's the ship's log. Shall we have a little look through it? That's private. She's gonna give you the Susato takedown. The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. I don't know, you never know. I mean, unlikely, but you never know. Anyway, look here. Last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably that means there was nothing to report. Or they weren't here to see it. Oh, a map. This looks like a plan of the SS Buria. It shows each deck, look. The Buria is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering. Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? I always wonder that. Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san. It is? Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. The islands of Japan? Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than the ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. Are they just floating? There's no way. Like, it's Earth, right? Well, I suppose so. Okay, that's it. That's the end of that. Okay. Why is this light on, but this light is not on? That's weird, right?
So I am Confucian.
Oh, okay. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one with the ventilator. The one the ventilator connects to. Oh, is it? I thought we... Oh, interesting. Okay. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. I'm gonna knock on the door. Oh, shit. No answer. Okay. Whoa. I was like holding my breath there for a second. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. Okay. What's this? Fire alarm? What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm. It says, press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop. Oh, this I have to see. What are you doing? You mustn't touch it. But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs. You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation. I wish everything would just stop. This ship included. If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else. Damn. Oh my god. What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman. Stand aside. Hello? Where did you come from? I'm about to break the door down. Mr. Sholmes! I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges. Okay? Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. So we can just, like, open it? It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick? I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. Uh-oh. First class, cabin number 2. Oh. Oh my god. Who are you? Who are you? A Western gentleman. This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. A woman? Don't be absurd. It was me. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. Okay, but what were you doing in here? True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed? It was a mouse. Get out, all of you, now! Please, excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Royalot, I believe. Yes, that's me. And you are... I'm the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt? No. I'm a great detective among great detectives. One who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely. And yes, you may have my autograph. The man uses that magazine like a business card. A detective? I do not trust detectives. That's fair. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be so bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case? She might be hiding in there. Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that? You know, I don't know. Magic. Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk? Don't look at me. Don't look at me like that. Oh. Oh my, did you see that? Yeah, the case just shook. There is something in there. Leave now. Otherwise, I'll call the steward. So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Royalot. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. So we're just gonna ransack his place right in front of him? Okay. Let's do some examining first. Okay, what is he doing in there? Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes? You need only address me as Sholmes. That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time. that you would need to call my great powers of detection into service. He's just like a pocket detective. Like anytime we need him, we just like pluck him out. And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken? Well, no, actually, you're spot on for once. Observe closely. All those books and that statue is knocked over like how ours were. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. Yeah, what's with the safety scissors? Oh, well, they're not safety scissors, they're like fabric scissors. And do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? What? Why? The truth, of course. What? Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh yes, please. She's so excited. Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Oh my god, what's happening? Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? From time to time, it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness? I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you, or anyone. Also, I'm confused. I don't know what that even means. That's right. And Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment. Yeah, that's true. I must have complete silence. Okay. What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? Just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. Is it a disguise or something? There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. It's a James Bond villain. Using those shears, you're about to end the existence of something most dear. Your beard. Are you not? And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. He's so confident. Does it not? Oh, Naruhodo-san, I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes. That was a great deduction. Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person. What an effable twaddle. Oh, yes. I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. And now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. Ah, she's so cute. This is like a dream come true. I can hardly believe it, but all the color has drained from Mr. Roylott's face. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? No, how could you say any of it? Very well then, I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So do I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Choo-choo. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. Oh, the great deduction. The game is afoot. Oh. What is this? Is this like a mini game? Old man's identity. So, the dubious looking Russian, Mr. Roylott. Obviously, what catches the eye in the first place? Oh. Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. He like hides it. Now we ask ourselves, what can you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us at the face. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. The question then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Do we? Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper. In particular, the fascinating front page article. Which it would appear you have read also. Oh, it's in his pocket. What? This is so intense. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Okay, I can see the similarities, but like, it's definitely not him though. Yeah. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. Wow. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. Right. Conclusion, a revolutionary on the run. Okay, that was pretty cool. Topic 2, wrongdoing. Okay, whoa, this is so intense. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylott, taken unawares. People have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Oh, when did he do that? And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. Whoops. Oh yeah, the what's in there? The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. Yeah, open it up. Let's see what's in there. No, I refuse. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps. One slight enough to fit therein. No way. Don't be absurd. And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup de duel betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. For there is another, most stimulating article. Oh, the ballerina! If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Oh, renowned prima ballerina of the Novovik Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Oh, she's so pretty. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. You're hiding her. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. That's actually pretty solid, like, deduction, to be honest. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma, Elabensky. What? He has a catchphrase. Or, I don't know what that means. Was it a catchphrase? So, Sato-san. That wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholm's brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here a moment? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind? Not at all, go on. Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other. Yeah. Ah, yes, I recall our discussion earlier, and at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roulette does look more like this man than you do. Yeah, but they're not the same. That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina. Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. It's tiny. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child in that case, even if you pushed really hard. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? Still a 15-year-old? Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain litheness in their bodies. Vinegar? For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes? This whole thing is turning into a circus. Mr. Naruhodo, something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seem a little off. Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Miss Sato. It's just one or two key words in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some key words in his deductions? Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. Okay, eavesdropping. This man is a lot of work. At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me. It's not that funny. And you, my good fellow. Sorry? Take a moment to look at your wrists. Okay, you don't need to remind me about the handcuffs on my wrists. Oh, wait, what? Where are your handcuffs? How did... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. I don't believe it. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. That's so weird. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrist when we are finished. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this. So, let us begin. Okay, I'm gonna end the video here. We're gonna begin in the next episode. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel for that content. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye, guys.